cursed.
The nightmare has begun.
I want to wind the clock back.
I ain't tense unless you know I'm tense. Have a bit of respect for me and for yourself.
I don't know what to say.
But we're a family.
No, mate. I ain't having it!
We should have told him the truth from the start.
I'm gonna sort it out.
Births, Marriages and Deaths continues next Monday at 9 on BBC Two.
Ireland v England and France v Wales. Two important Five Nations matches, Saturday on BBC Television and Radio 5 Live.
It's not real politics, but it's close. If I Ruled the World with Clive Anderson in 5 minutes here on BBC Two. Before that, another willing volunteer in the kitchen.
Welcome to Five Go Mad in the Kitchen, the comic relief cookery special. I'm Ainsley Harriott and I'm very cheerful.
And I'm Jo Brand and I'm not.
Anyway, my recipe today is completely scrumptious. Mediterranean puff pizza. I'll start by adding a couple of tablespoons of olio into a preheated saucepan. To that, I'm going to add a couple of cloves of garlic, just sprinkle them in there, and listen to that lovely little bit of sizzling going on in the pan. Can you smell that wonderful aroma, Jo?
I can, Ainsley, but at this point I pick up a phone and I dial.
Oh, really? OK, please yourself. And then I'm going to add a good squirt of tomato puree. To that, a little sprinkling of crushed chilies, because I like it hot, hot, hot. There we are. And that's going to be followed by some nice, fresh chopped herbs. There's beautiful herbs there. You can see I've got some parsley in there. I've got some lovely fresh thyme in there. All of that just goes into our saucepan. And then we add a little bit of moisture, which comes in the form of 1 can of chopped tomatoes. In that goes like that. Instantly it starts to sizzle away, and let that simmer for about 20 minutes until you have the most scrumptious tomato sauce.
Meanwhile, I'm asking for something that will arrive completely ready to eat in about 20 minutes.
Whilst it's simmering, then take a nice slab of puff pastry. There we are. And you want to roll that into a 9-inch round.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I'll have a deep pan American hot, please, with extra onions, sweet corn and pepperoni and baked beans and some lemon curd, a curly whirly and a horse. A horse, yeah.
And then make a sort of 1-inch border right around the edge of the pastry. Of course, that will then become our crust.
Sorry, I haven't finished. No, extra mashed potato, yeah, and a chocolate orange and some Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte and Pop-Tarts.
And then prick the inner circle, and that will then prevent the pastry from rising, as will your border. Now, what we want to do then is to take your tomato sauce and just spread that. There you go, that's absolutely beautiful. Just covering the inner circle there, that's what we're looking for. And then, of course, we can start to add some mozzarella cheese. Would you like to slap some of that on?
Is this like a hard bit, is it?
Yeah.
Very hard.
There we are. Just pop on the mozzarella cheese there. Really, you are talking about feeding the eyes here. If you feed the eyes, then the food really does sort of come alive. Then a little bit of basil. There we are. What about some olives? Would you like to sort of pop some olives on? There we are.
Thanks.
Yeah, beautiful. Just a little bit of basil scattered over the top there. That's what we're looking for. There we are. A few black olives scattered all around there. That's beautiful. And there we are, a good sprinkling of Parmesan cheese all around the top there.
Is that how you have to do it?
That's it. That's it. What about some olive oil? That's it. You wonder what I'm going to do with this now, don't you?
Drizzle, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a drizzler me. And there we are, a little bit of a drizzle there of olive oil on the top. Slide your pizza from the parchment paper straight on to the baking sheet there, and now I'm going to take it over, slip it into my nice hot oven for about 15 or 20 minutes until it comes out crisp and brown.
My pizza's now ready for delivery. Wait about 5 minutes and it'll arrive lukewarm, slightly damp from the carton of Coke that's leaked all over it on the way, and in the hands of a delivery boy with more spots than all 101 Dalmatians put together.
Oh, ho, ho! And here it is. Oh, my Mediterranean puff pizza. Just look at that, Joe. Feast your eyes on that girl. Oh, oh. And delicious with a couple of glasses of Chianti. Oh, yes, please. Look, you get stuck into that. Grab hold of that, my darling. Here we are, and ain't it even got a fork there for you. Now, this recipe is one of 10 fantastic ones by 5 chefs in this fabulous book. And here it is. Just feast your eyes on that. Isn't it great? It's available in all stores all over the country at the price of only £1, of which 75p goes straight to comic relief. So go out and buy it tomorrow, and the day after you could be eating delicious, scrumptious pizza, just like Joe.
Oh, I suppose you could buy 7 cigarettes and smoke them. The choice is yours.
Come on, Joe, tell him, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Fags or pizza?
I think I'll go for the pizza.
Oh, that's my girl.
For a Comic Relief fundraising pack, ring 0891 900 000.
Keith Wood can run the 100 metres in 12 seconds. His neck can take the weight of 8 men. But Keith is a hooker. In a high wind and with a slippery ball, he has to hit a spot 25 feet away and 11 foot off the ground. He practices by throwing against the upright of a goalpost. And he practices over and over and over again.
The Friday Night Comedy Zone on BBC Two. At 9, Dawn's learning a whole new language.
That's a firm handshake you got there. You know what they say, firm handshake, firm putts.
Mark saying nothing at 9:30. And at 10, actions speak louder than words. The Friday Night Comedy Zone. You know it makes no sense.
It's a battle of words now on BBC Two with Clive Anderson.
Hello and welcome to If I Ruled the World, in which our 4 panellists will try to do what politicians do best. But before they disappear off with their secretaries, they first have to participate in this programme. Because we feature tonight Graham Garden and Pauline McGlynn for the Blue Party, and Jeremy Hardy and Hugh Dennis for the Red Party. Let's kick off with a round called The State of the Nation. We've asked our studio audience a series of questions, and our teams have to use their political skill and judgment to work out the most popular answers. Jeremy, you're first. The question we asked the audience was, which is the laziest group of people in Britain?
Well, certainly, I would say the laziest group are probably the deceased. There are people in this country who haven't worked for hundreds of years, and generation upon generation in the same cemetery. So our policy would be get them out of graveyards and into work.
Yeah.
But I think probably most of the audience would say MEPs.
MEPs. The dead people, you're taking issue with Glenn Hoddle on that one, because he reckons people die and then come back and do another job or another.
Yeah, they just stay in the judiciary normally.
Yes. You've got an alternative view from...
Well, I also feel that a particularly lazy group is sleeping policemen.
Yeah.
I have...
they do a very difficult job.
Well, I've asked them for directions many times, and they've never ever been bothered to answer me.
So let's see what the actual answer was. What did the audience say? The Royals. They just beat pensioners. Matthew Le Tissier was another popular option. Somebody said my builders or her builders. So, Graham, let's go on to you. The question for the audience was, what is the biggest waste of the TV licence fee? A dangerous question, but there it is.
Yeah, Well, paying it, obviously. I would think they would say, but they'd be wrong, because the last time I bought my TV licence, I thought, blimey, that's £5 well spent. But looking around, I think about 50% of the audience are women, so football is probably what they think is the biggest waste.
Football, right. OK, well, let's look at the answer. What is the biggest waste of the TV licence fee? The audience said Vanessa Feltz. Well, well, you're... Reasonably enough, you're applauding your own answer. One person suggested John Burt's sex parties were the biggest waste of the TV licence, which is actually nonsense.
No, money well spent.
Well spent. Now, let's go on to Hugh's question, or the audience who put to the audience was, what should be genetically modified? What do you think was the popular answer?
Well, for myself, I would say vegetables.
Yes.
I do honestly believe vegetables should be genetically modified. I mean, it's one of the things about an inclusive society is you have to enable things to develop their full potential. And a lot of vegetables have problems doing anything for themselves. Indeed, many of them are nothing more than vegetables.
Yes.
But you think how different it could be. You think, just think of the benefits. You cross an iceberg with a fish gene, you have a lettuce that can wash itself. And in Japan, gene technologists are developing a kamikaze runner bean that can top and tail itself. But having said that, I think the audience may well go for William.
Must? Yeah, all very well doing that, mate.